Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be discussing Justin Herbert and why he's going to be the Chargers franchise quarterback. What do we see from him in his rookie season that makes him the Chargers franchise quarterback? And we're going to be just breaking down his film and looking at his film from 2020. Before we get started, please drop a like and a sub on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. That would help my channel grow. And with that said, I hope you enjoy the video and let's dive right into it. So like all these videos, I start with the stats with these players, and let's start with Justin Herbert's stats in 2020. Rookie season for him, he played in 15 games. Obviously, he started that second game after Tyrod Taylor had that whole lung puncture thing with the Chargers team doctor. But, Herbert took it in stride. I mean, this guy threw for over 4,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, and arguably the best rookie quarterback season of all time. Also, he added 234 yards on the ground and 5 rushing touchdowns. So this guy had a total of 36 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. This guy was fantastic. I mean, he was great. He was by far the best rookie quarterback of the 2020 NFL season. Obviously, Joe Burrow was probably in that running too, but he got injured. But he was on pace for good stats too. But Herbert played really well, and he was really the only reason that this team ended up going 6-9 with him under center. So with that said, I mean, obviously the Chargers have a lot of problems, but the quarterback position is something that I think that they figured out with a guy like Justin Herbert. So now let's look at the film analysis and determine why Justin Herbert really is that guy for the Chargers moving forward. So the first play I want to show you is pure arm talent. And that's what I always do with these film analysis videos, especially when I'm doing quarterbacks. I like to start with the arm talent. So right here, pretty much, this is just a deep ball over the top of the defense, which is absolutely on a dime to his receiver. So the first thing I want to show you is what the defense is doing here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that are at the line of scrimmage. And then there's 1, 2, 3 guys here, which means there's going to be 3 defenders in the backside that you're not going to be able to see. But nonetheless, basically what's going to happen is this receiver is going to run through the middle of the field and to the backside. And as Herbert sees that, he's looking downfield and he's seeing that receiver moving across the field. And basically now he has that great arm talent, that arm strength to just hang in the pocket, take a big hit, right? There's pressure in his face. He takes a big hit here, right? As I can continue to move this, hopefully some moves. Yep, he takes a big hit and fires an absolute dart. Perfect throw to the end zone, touchdown. And this is just fantastic. It's over the head of these two guys. It's perfect. It's in a perfect spot right on that, that shoulder of the receiver. Perfect throw. Is able to hang in the pocket, great pocket awareness, pocket poise, and just ability to just stay in there, take the big hit, fire that ball downfield, and tie up the game in the first quarter. Really, really good from Justin Herbert. He was really good at these deeper throws throughout his rookie season, and this is something that I just love to watch from him, and his ability to just throw that ball deep and be effective throwing that ball deep. Talking about his arm strength and his arm talent, this is another play I want to show you where he's going to find his tight end here for a touchdown. So when we're talking, don't worry about that. When we're talking about tight ends, bigger, stronger targets that rookie quarterbacks like to go to, and this is basically this tight end is going to kind of just run this route to the end zone here. And when I'm talking about arm strength with Justin Herbert, I love Justin Herbert's arm strength. He doesn't have elite arm strength. I mean, he doesn't have Patrick Mahomes' arm strength, but what he does have is really, really top end, high talent arm strength where he's able to throw balls deep. And he's also able to throw balls into small windows and tight situations. And this is one of those examples. He drops back. He, is looking at his tight end here. This is the guy he wants. He sees that he's pretty much one-on-one with this linebacker, but simply he just throws the guy open. Simply just makes him over the top. And this is just a great catch here by the tight end nonetheless. But once again, I mean, this ball is over the top of this linebacker. Doesn't even worry about him because he trusts his arm. And also it's in a great spot because, this safety is playing the middle of the field over here. And then this guy, I think that's C.J. Henderson there. I want to say that's number 23, is playing over here. So really, all these 3 guys are converging at one point, and Herbert has just a small room to operate from where he's able to throw that ball in effectively. And nonetheless, the player ends up being pretty much untouched when it comes to this guy and this guy. So he throws in a perfect spot just over the head of Joe Schobert. And then he's able to catch that for a touchdown. Really good throw here by Justin Herbert, simply just trusting his arm strength and his arm talent to just fire that ball right over the head of the linebacker into a perfect situation for a touchdown. Really good job here by Herbert, using his arm strength, and his ability to just fire a ball into a small window to, end up going up this would end up being 15-0. If they made the field goal, it would be 16-0. So really just got a really good job here for Justin Herbert to use his arm, and that's not a field goal, that's an extra point, my bad. But nonetheless, this is a great example of him just really being good with his arm, trusting his arm strength, and just his showcasing off his arm strength, putting the ball in a tight window and just getting the job done. So once again, really good job here by Justin Herbert. The next few plays I want to show is about Justin Herbert using his mind. So we've seen his arm strength, we've seen his arm talent, but another thing that he's really good is he's really smart and really good at diagnosing where the defense is and where the defense is. So this is going to be a good job by him being smart with the game situation. So as you can see, it's 10-10, second quarter, 31 seconds left, 3rd and 10. So he doesn't need to force a ball here. If the play is here, he takes it. If it's not here, he just goes to the locker room pretty much. And with that said, he's smart here. So he has this receiver running this route. And he understands that it's zone coverage. So I just want to show you this throw here pretty much. But pretty much what happens is that this linebacker here is going to drop back over here into coverage. And then there's a safety on the back end here. Let me just move this forward. There's a safety that was over here that's covering this part of the field. So really, Herbert knows that if this wide receiver is running this route, if he's running this route right into the situation, that means that the safeties that's over here and this linebacker that's over here who are covering this area means that this entire area of the field is pretty much going to be open. So Herbert simply understands that he just has to, wait in the pocket a little bit, and there's going to be pressure, right? There's some pressure in his face here as the pressure comes, but nonetheless, he's able to fire that ball out and simply, put it in a good spot for him to get outside of bounds, stops the clock, 26 seconds left. And then the great thing about this is that actually the next play that happens is very similar defensively for the Raiders, and Herbert's able to take advantage, throwing a touchdown pass with like 15 seconds left in the second quarter. So really good job here by using his eyes and using his leadership and his football intelligence to realize that what the defense is giving him is what he's got to take. And this is another situation where Justin Herbert is really using his brain and realizing what the defense is giving him. I've broken this play down before when I've done my Keenan Allen film analysis. And once again, this is just a really smart play by him. So what he sees is 8 guys here at the line of scrimmage who are all going to rush the quarterback. And what he also sees is he sees that everyone on the right side is one-on-one and one-on-one on the outside. Okay? Sorry, I messed that up. One-on-one here, one-on-one here, one-on-one here. And then there's 8 guys on the line of scrimmage coming in. So Herbert knows 2 things. One, he knows that this area of the field is completely open. He knows that. He knows the area of the field is completely open. There's no one in that area, so all he has to do is throw the ball in that area. The second thing he knows is he knows that pressure is coming, and it's going to be in his face quickly. Because if we just look at something here, right, there's one guy here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys that are able to block, and there's 8 guys coming. So he knows the pressure is going to be there, right? There are more guys coming than there are to block. So what Herbert knows is he needs to get the ball out quickly. So that means 2 things. One, it means that everyone is going to be running this route, pretty much, right? Because it's moving away from these guys, and it's moving towards the open area of the field. What this means is that Herbert's going to have an easy throw, and simply he sees that Keenan Allen is going to be the shallowest guy, which means it's going to be the shortest pass, the easiest pass, and it's that simple for Justin Herbert. Simply, the pressure's in his face, pressure's coming, right? It's right in his face. He's looking right over here at Keenan Allen. He sees that he is a lot of separation between him and Xavier Howard, and simply stays in the pocket, throws back, throws an absolute strike for a touchdown to Keenan Allen. It didn't end up, helping them win the game. They lost this game. But nonetheless, this is just smart here by Justin Herbert, understanding what he has to do in the situation. Takes a big drop back to takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 step drop back and simply fires that to Keenan Allen for a touchdown. Really good job here, understanding where the defense is, and how fast he has to get the ball out. And this just ends up in a touchdown. Really good job here by Justin Herbert, understanding what he has to do in this situation. And before I, get to Justin Herbert and his ability to be mobile, I want to show you Justin Herbert's ability to move outside the pocket and make plays with his legs. So the first thing I want to show you here is the play simply breaks down for Herbert. Pressure is coming right up the middle. And it's coming quickly. And Herbert realizes he needs to get outside the pocket and make a play. So as he gets outside the pocket and makes a play, look at this absolute dart for a touchdown to Keenan Allen. And this is the number one thing I love from Justin Herbert. He's got that not elite arm strength, but he's got that really top-end arm strength to be able to make these kinds of throws. But then he's got the ability to be mobile and make those kinds of throws on the run. So not only is he evading the pressure, right, and, not allowing for him to get sacked and for a negative play to develop. But you see it's 3rd and 7 here. So he knows that he needs to get this ball out. And he realizes that he can't be, taken out of field goal range. I mean, if he's put at the 30-yard line, right, that's going to be, a 47-yard field goal with Badgley, who was one of the worst kickers in the NFL last year. So he simply knows that he can outrun the defender. He can get outside, make this play, and this is just an absolute dart in a perfect spot for Keenan Allen. Big touchdown. I remember this was big for my fantasy team because I had Keenan Allen all year. So I'm a pretty big Keenan Allen fan. But nonetheless, this is a great play by Justin Herbert, just understanding that he needs to move and get outside the pocket. And once again, he needs to, get outside the pocket, make a defender miss the tackle, and then simply fire that ball downfield for a touchdown. Just really good job. Great throw there. That is something that you love to see from Justin Herbert. Ability for those rookie quarterbacks, those younger quarterbacks, to make big throws on the run, for their ability to be mobile outside the pocket, and for their ability to just really be good in open space, and their ability to throw on the run. That's a huge part of the modern NFL game, especially with the amount of pressure that's getting onto quarterbacks these days, and especially with a bad O-line in LA that's definitely need to be revamped this offseason. This is just a huge play that really showcases Herbert's ability to make guys miss, and then his ability to throw on the run. That's just so useful to an offense that really helps a quarterback succeed, especially at the NFL level. So with that said, that's pretty much going to be the film analysis for today. But when we look at Justin Herbert, this guy is special. And the reason for that is because of his legs, his arm, and he's just smart. It's that simple. He knows what he can do, he knows what he can't do, and he takes everything in stride. The reason that I think that he could be the franchise quarterback for the Chargers the next 5-10 years, the true Phillip Rivers replacement, is because of what he was able to do in his rookie season, and what he was able to do in his rookie season was be really successful. Sure, he had some bad interceptions, which I didn't show you. If you want to see those, there's a good one against the Miami Dolphins where Xavier Howard ended up having an interception where he just didn't see the defense, and those are some of those plays where he just doesn't see the defense. But when it comes to franchise quarterback, we look at the good things, right? And the good things are there for Justin Herbert. They simply are. It's really that simple when it comes to Justin Herbert. He's able to throw the ball deep downfield with accuracy. This guy was 66.6% completion percentage on the season. That was one of the question marks coming into his rookie year. How accurate could he be? He wasn't one of the most accurate college passers. But nonetheless, this guy was good. Good. He was really good in his rookie season because of his ability to use his legs, use his mobility, on the run to either pick up yards with his legs or to get outside the pocket, evade pressure, and then throw the ball downfield. This guy only got sacked 32 times, which, that's probably around average when it comes to the NFL, but because of his mobility, he only got sacked 32 times. If he wasn't mobile, if you put Tom Brady in there, or you put a guy that wasn't mobile, or didn't have the mobility of a guy like Justin Herbert, this could have easily been a 45 to 50 sack team. Right? It's really that simple. Herbert is so good at evading pressure, getting outside the pocket, making big plays with his legs and with his arm because he's got that great arm talent. I made a video earlier this year where I compared him to Josh Allen a little bit, and I still see those comparisons. Great use of his legs, great use of his arm, has that great arm talent, great arm strength, ability to throw the deep ball. He's very accurate now, just like Josh Allen now. Changed up those mechanics, is accurate. And I think that Herbert is one of those guys that is going to be successful. He's going to be successful because what he's able to do with his legs and what he's able to do with his arm is be so dynamic in open space, out of the pocket, in the pocket. He can throw the ball deep downfield. He's got that good deep accuracy. All those things combined just make him so dynamic. And then you've got his leadership too. It's a thing that was a question mark coming to the draft, but I think this year we showed that his leadership was definitely there. Also, he's smart. He's just that smart. He knows where the defense is, where the defense isn't, what he can do. He's so good at diagnosing defenses. And all those things together, I think that there was enough from him in his rookie season where I can be like, hey, They figured out the quarterback's position. They don't need to look at the quarterback position. Justin Herbert is their guy. This guy won Offensive Rookie of the Year with his performance. He had arguably the best rookie season of any NFL quarterback in NFL history. So with that said, Justin Herbert, congrats to him. He did a fantastic job in 2020, really helping this Chargers team. The one thing that I do want to say from him is, as games progressed, he did tend to, fade away with that Chargers team. The Chargers really had problems closing out games all year. That was one of the big issues for them. But nonetheless, this is a guy that is really good at throwing the football. He can really spin it deep downfield, and I just love his attributes, his ability to get outside the pocket, his arm strength, his arm talent, also his size too. This guy's at least 6'6". He's tall, he's physical, he's muscular, he's big, and he's hard to bring down in open space. And all those things combined, he's good at getting touchdowns with his legs, and he's just so good with his arm to the point where he can make any throw on the football field. He's got the smarts, he's got the attributes that you need to be a franchise quarterback in the NFL. And I think there simply was enough from him in 2020 for the Chargers to be really confident in him moving forward. And with that said, that's pretty much going to end the video for today. Did you agree with my analysis? Why or why not? Leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you're new around here, please drop a like and a sub on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, see ya.